And welcome to the second Indie Music Plus broadcast. This is episode 33. We're kind of just combining the podcast, and we're going to rename it with the broadcast. So with the word broadcast, sorry, it's just weird right now because we got a nice production team and we're hanging out here online. Dave, there's no trash behind you. I just don't recognize you.
No, it's all right, man. Yeah, that's kind of our new, I guess, intro is we're just going to kind of come in a little behind the scenes for a while. And then once we go live, which is right now, then here we go.
Yeah. So what's new with you? You have some news that I don't know anything about, but you're going to talk a little bit about it.
I mean, I've been kind of insinuating for a couple of weeks that, we have some big news coming, for Indie Music Plus, but we're just going through a little red tape right now, and we're really hoping next show we can make some announcements, but I'm going to leave it right there for now. And, how are you, Joe? I mean, your hair looks glorious.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm doing well. Thanks. Been real busy right now. And things are exploding over at Indie Music Plus. We had a record month here in July, so that means that I've been busy. We have an amazing featured artist this week. Why don't we get started with the music?
Let's bust into it, man. I mean,
right.
We got a great lineup tonight. Production is some of the best that we've featured in our show, like ever.
Glad you say that.
Yeah, so take it away, man.
Yeah, so the first artist we're going to talk about tonight is a longtime good friend of mine that I've been working with since the late 90s, really, on and off again. We worked really hard together from about 98 to 2005. That sounds really bad, but we worked music really hard together for a good 7-8 years, and Luppy is back on the music train again, but he has like a really cool slant. Luppy's always been a big guy, and he's really struggled with drinking and eating because he has been a lifelong professional musician, and this guy gigs more than you and I ever did, Dave. I've told you this before, and he's doing his podcast thing again, and so this is his new single. This is "Start Again" by Luppy. And that's That's Luppy with Start Again. I told you a little bit about Luppy before the song. Dave, you've got to know Luppy a little bit.
Man, I'm going to rip this song to shreds right now. I hope you guys are ready. Terrible. No, I'm just kidding. You have any personal comments about the song? Like any like a personal I know it's hard because you used to play in a band with this guy. So
oh yeah. Well, I can tell you all kinds of personal.
No, I don't want to go there. It's just but I also don't want to taint our critique. I mean, Luppy, yeah, he's actually one of our critics, right? And so we talked, this week. It's well, okay, so he's a critic and he just released a new song. Does that mean we should not feature a song? No, I mean we can feature a song. Yeah, know him well, but he has a new song, so here it is, and it's pretty cool. So
that's one of the benefits of being a critic or a writer for us is where you're in the loop,
Yeah, you are. You're in the loop.
Can't believe I just said that. But so we got some really cool people in here tonight. I want to mention them in a second, but Luppy is one of my best friends. He's like a brother to me. I've slept next to him and cuddled with him many, many times on the lonely nights on the road because, we traveled so much back in the day. I totally love Luppy's music. Luppy's music is the reason I got into that band for a good 7 years that we were with, which was OP Outsiders. Y'all can look it up on Spotify and stuff. And a lot of people may even know who it is, who we are. But so Luppy's music is just inspiring, man. It's Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, and Luppy all wrapped up into three. And what I really liked about and why I wanted to feature him was the fact that that he's, has a huge weight loss goal. And, he has tried this before, but he's trying it again. And I know he's going to succeed as long as he keeps trying. So, he's back on the weight loss thing and doing a blog about it every week and releasing a new single every month. So that's what I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, he's not ashamed of his story. I mean, we've actually kind of did some roundtables with him. I mean, he's weighing in at over 400 pounds, and he's not ashamed to say it. That's just where he's at, and he wants to lose 200 pounds, and he's doing it. He's in the process right now, and that's what his Living Luppy podcast is about. So that's cool. That's inspiring. So, but just to get back to the music, I have a lot of thoughts on this song, and actually, you know what, Joe? We've never talked about this, but man, you guys are musical brothers, just in your influences, just not physically, being on the road and playing in a band, but I hear a little of his stuff in your stuff and vice versa. And the only band I can think of underneath all that is still Steely Dan, which I've told you that before. Yeah, and it's really simple song in terms of chord progression, but it's unique. I'm listening, I'm I was doing some of this because that's the only dance move I have left in my old age, and
you don't want to see me dance. It's a lot of this,
but. No, it was a really cool vibe. I enjoyed it. My only criticism for him was he reminded me of a artist that I produced here in Arizona, maybe 8-9 years ago, where he's very talented, but when he would go to do the vocals, he just sounded tired. I'm like, all right, let's do another take. And he's like, what? I'm like, you sounded tired. He's like, it sounds fine. I'm like, you sounded tired. I'm like, so here's a trick you can do for that stuff that maybe Luppy's never done before, which is when you're doing the vocals, be dramatic, create drama in your face, sing you're it feels like you're being overly emphasizing of your words, but the final recording is good. It's a really weird thing. When you try and be over dramatic, when you're actually singing, over enunciate sometimes, and that cures that almost tired perception in the vocal. That's the only thing I have for this, so yeah.
Well, good. So that was Luppy with Start Again. Dave actually has something. No, I don't know. I'm kidding. So Facebook Live, we were. Let's just give a shout out to some people that are here. So we have Enlightened Audio Visual with Sam Gonzo and Rob Hicks, pulling the knobs, pushing the knobs, pulling the levers behind us. If you're here in the early parts of the broadcast, you could see we were sort of hanging out. We were using some really like cutting edge technology as far as live streaming goes to put on this broadcast, and it's just absolutely amazing what we're able to do. So I wanted to say hello to one of my very first music teachers, Mr. Lichty. He has a very similar last name to me. He said hi in the comments. So let's move on to the featured artist of
Hold on, Joe. I was just looking at Rob, and Rob's actually going like this. I mean, it's like he's dancing in the green room.
You gotta love the audience, guys. We got Candy in the house. I love Candy. She's freaking awesome. James is in there. Tiffany's in there.
I was trying to mention more people, man, but I can't see it on my window. I have to refresh my thing again. So, but that's live streaming, right?
No, Joe. The other thing I forgot to mention in our first show is we both, like, you were drinking the craft beer. I'm doing like the Mirasol wine, but also I'm a vapor, and I wanted to just put the word out. If you're like if you make vape juices, send it into us, and I'll do like a little review in the middle of the show for the vape juice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I always try new stuff anyway, so might as well try a new bottle in the show. Why not? But all right, so who do we got next, man?
So I had a chance to talk to this lovely young lady earlier this week. Something we're going to be doing with the new broadcast that we're doing. We're changing the name from the Indie Music Plus podcast to the Indie Music Plus broadcast, because these days people call it broadcast now with the live streaming, and that's pretty much what it is. So it'll set us apart, I think, a little bit from other people because what we're doing. But I did the interview. We're going to have the featured artists in the broadcast, during the broadcast in the near future, in the next couple of weeks. But I'm still doing them on Blab during the week. So I had the chance to talk with Elizmi Haze, who's based out of Kent, UK. And her music is pretty awesome. It really, I recognized it right away. I want to tell everybody, the thing about the song that we're going to listen to, Shine, her new single, is that it doesn't really kick in until after they cut out the preview. The song's going to be out like tomorrow, I think, so you can catch it on Spotify and all that really soon. So this is Elizmi Haze with her brand new single, Shine.
Would you take, swear you've gone and made a mistake, till you've gone and done the world wrong. So when we meet again, promise me you'll be there. I don't think that I can do this anymore, so promise me you'll hold me when I fall. Yes, I'll be waiting on the other side, oh, 'cause I ain't afraid to die. 'Cause together we're the best of minds, 'cause we're bright up in the sun.
Available now on iTunes.
And that's our featured artist of the week on the Indie Music Plus website. You can go to indiemusicplus.com. catch the featured artist interview video that we did. We're going to be starting a new service for artists where we do a full production video interview for them in the near future. But for now, with the feature, that's kind of what we're doing with the featured artists. For now, we're going to combine it into the broadcast. But she's one of the last ones that we're going to be interviewing on Blab. So Elizmi Haze, she's 18. She writes all of her own music. She just signed with a label. I think it's called Deveru, and she's in the UK. And what a wonderful young lady she was. So what do you think, ma'am?
Joe, I love this girl's voice. I mean, I like after the show, like I want to listen to just 10 songs in a row. You know, like totally. Just the way she sings. Pretty quick. I mean, I think of Sia. I think that's how you say it. Sia. I mean, she's this Australian lady that actually used to write for Rihanna and Beyonce, and now she's going to come out as a solo artist. You look her up at Spotify, man. Like her songs get like 500 million plays. I mean, she's enormous. Like Sia, yeah. Like she gets more plays than the other artists that she writes for now, and I know people listening right now know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, just the inflection, just the style of singing, even like a little Lorda, you know? I don't know how you say that. Yeah, I think it's just Lord.
I think it's Lord, yeah.
Yeah, Lord. But gosh, there's so many, I have a lot of thoughts on this really, because it kind of opens a can of worms in terms of choices. And you talked a little about this in the featured artist interview of, you look at just the voice as just an instrument, and there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's awesome. So it's like the path of her career and how high she can go in her career is really comes down to the choices of producers, like style of music. You know, does she want to kind of go like Kylie Minogue style, or does she want to be more like singer-songwriter? I mean, like she can go in a lot of different directions, but her singing and her voice is never going to be a thing that's going to hold her back. Like, yeah. Always going to be the strength. And I don't know if I could even call this a criticism, but I want to hear more. Like I want like some of her music, the soundscape is just so big that her voice just becomes another instrument kind of blended in. And that, like, it's crazy, but that's like my only criticism is I want to hear her voice more because it's so cool. I mean, I love her voice, man. Yeah.
I asked her if she had any training, and she said a little bit. You know, she's going to college for drama, and it's just like, wow, what a raw talent. Another thing that she mentioned, which I thought was really, really cool, was that her mom was really supportive. Of course, parents supportive, but she was able to purchase, as she said, a PC or whatever, a computer with loads of space and loads of software, as she said it. You know, so she could put down her ideas, and she has a really great idea. A really great ear, I should say, for production and stuff. So Gail in the house, if anybody wants to, get connected with your family or find your heritage or anything, you should check her out on Twitter. She's Legacy Recorder on Twitter, and somebody that's really, really involved in the Music Plus community on the back end, kind of. So
one of our old buddies, Gail, Stephanie Anderson. Hello, thank you for the comments. Gail Gillalilla, I think that's how you pronounce it. Gillalilla. You kind of just let it trail off.
Gaily girl.
Yeah, it's something like that, but yeah, man, I'm going to be following this girl, Elizmi. Before we move on, Joe, what do you think is the best, path for her in terms of genre? I mean, because I don't want to sway her because, she's got to do what, feels best for her. And but she's so young, so I would just recommend that she just stays conscious of the people that she's working with, because at that age, I mean, you get some adults coming in with strong personalities saying you got to do this, and you can kind of get engulfed in that. You got to be careful with that. but I don't know who she's working with. So it sounds like she has an awesome team. So I'm not saying, just to change her path. But anyway, what do you think on that?
Well, she mentioned the name of the producer she's working with. I can't remember it off the top of my head. It's in the video interview, and I don't know, man. She uses a little bit of Spanish. I think I would just kind of let her do her thing if I were her. If I were her producer, I would kind of just let her do her thing for a little bit, and then sort of find the songs that are sort of represent her the best, because she just has a certain flavor to her. It's like
I understand that, but what do you have? Is there a certain genre that you think her voice
I'd call her Europop?
But that's what she is now. Do you think she would be better in a different style?
Why are you asking me so many questions?
Because, dude, I really love her voice. Man. They're
a different style. I don't know. She
Okay.
could probably be really good at a little more edgy rock flavor.
Okay.
Not rock, but edgy.
Well, I'm sure we're going to revisit this
Okay.
and maybe feature another one of her songs maybe later in the year. That would be cool. But
Maybe you should call me about it.
all right. Well, who do we have next, man?
That's a good question. So I am. We just stumbled across this lady from. Well, I don't remember where she's from, but it's not the United States, I don't think. Carolyn McLavy. I believe she's from the UK again. We've been doing some advertising in the UK, actually, which is awesome. And she just recently submitted for review, and immediately I wanted to play her song, I'll Take My Chances, on the broadcast this week. This is Indie Music Plus broadcast episode number 33 on Facebook.
You can't call him the one. You don't know what he wants. It's not a whole lot of fun to feel irrelevant. I empathize with you, son. I know where you're coming from, but what he's done is done, and you've done nothing wrong. So why can't you see the flaws? He's the solution and the cause. That leaves nothing more than a journey. Whatever it takes, I'll do whatever you like. Be what you need to make it through the night. And if my heartache, I'll do it out of sight. 'Cause it is what it is, and if it just feels right, I'll take my chances tonight. You can't call him the one. You want what you cannot have. Someday your time will come to put him in the past, and you're free to move on like he doesn't exist, leaving you with nothing negative. No power in the pain. He's like crying in the rain.
And Carolyn McLavy, I believe is the way you say it. McLavy, I don't know. Dave, you know how good I am at pronouncing names, right?
one of the worst in the country. Yep.
Kind of like my jokes, right?
Yeah. That's your thing, though, Joe. Embrace
Yep.
it.
Yep, I watched way too much Seinfeld in my life. Let's put it that way.
That's all right.
So anyway, I really like this girl, she's got something really cool going on. I couldn't find her on Facebook. I found her, her friend, her real person, profile, but so you can connect with her on there, I'm sure.
Ellie, how are you?
But I
This
couldn't
is
find
behind the
it
scenes.
I couldn't find a page for her, so I don't know. But I don't know. What do you think, man? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Just really rocking.
I really don't have much like feedback on this because like it's just a really clean recording. It's dance music. It's brings me back to the 80s, you know. I was actually doing some of this, you know, but well mixed. Her voice is great. It's just one of those, like, the genre, like I haven't been to like a dance club in, I don't know, 15 years. So I don't listen to this stuff, but looking at it just from a production standpoint, super clean, good sound. If it was playing at like a top dance club in New York or Chicago or London, would people leave the floor? Of course not. I mean, it's ready. You know, just how we say like certain songs are ready for placements in movies or radio. Like if that was inserted into a mix at like a live club, of course people would love it. You know, and but yeah, she sound like her accent actually sounded like maybe Swedish or I don't know, something maybe.
I'll double check that.
Yeah. I don't think she's British. I think she's something else, but this was the best.
I wish I could take the time to check right now and prove you wrong. But anyway.
What do you think, man?
Anything else to say tonight?
Oh, what do you think of the song? I mean, was it?
I told you what I thought of the song. I liked it.
All right, that's it.
Yeah. No, I mean, basically, like, you know, I love the Euro vibe to it, and the, you know, like you said, it's dancey. It's, you know, it's well polished. Production's good. It's always nice to hear really, really good production.
Quick website updates. Still playing with some color schemes. I think I found that one that we're gonna stick with for a while. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way it looks right now. We'll play around with the menu, but yeah, you know what, man? I have an analogy I came up with. You know, it really fits with just like the indie artists. You know, it's like we're promoting the indie artists and we want them to succeed, but like Indie Music Plus, like that's our song. Like you and I, we're co-writing this song. You know, it's like, so we're kind of like going on this journey together with the artists, and I love that. You know, I love here. We've been getting some testimonials, and people are like, man, like we're getting a lot of like feedback and new fans, and it's like, thanks so much. I mean, that like feels so good. I can't even stress that enough. That I just love that. I love like being able to help these artists and at least get them heard, you know, just get them in front of people where it's like, if people are not digging it, okay, maybe you go back to the studio and, you know, go back to the drawing board. But if they are digging it, then it's like, wow, this is really a launching pad, you know, for a lot of artists to get new shows, maybe hook up with a new distributor, get an investor, whatever. But I just love being a part of that, you know, growth for an artist. So that's all I have for you, man.
Totally, man. Right on. So let's go ahead and wrap this bad boy up for this week. What do you say?
Sounds good.
Cool. So things are really, really growing really fast. So make sure that you get in touch with us all over the web. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Tumblr, all that stuff. And, you know, go to the website, submit your music, whichever option you choose. We will definitely listen to it. We're going to be adding some more services here in the very near future. And don't forget the Musicians Roundtable, still on Blab directly after this broadcast. You can meet us over there, blab.im/Indie Music Plus. And Dave and I will be there just kind of, you know, staring at each other until people come in and start talking to us about music. So thank you for watching this Indie Music Plus broadcast, episode 33. Thank you to Enlightened Audio Visual, Rob and Sam. Thanks for pushing the buttons and the all the stuff that, you know, goes on with that I don't have to do anymore. And I'm like, actually, my heart's kind of relaxed tonight. It's not going, you know, trying to. So it's going to be awesome. Like I said, we're going to be having featured artists interviews in the show in the near future. And it's just going to be awesome. So Thank you for watching again. We'll catch you next week right here on Facebook.com/Indie Music Plus at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a great week and keep making and listening to great music.